My name is Marco Dominic Gonzalez. March the 2nd, 2014, 09:58 a.m. This is going to be my part 2 of Jerry Brown, Mary Jane, amphibious ready group, and ambient nation and defense. We lost Vietnam because they're fighting a guerrilla war, and we were fighting a business war of moving a lot of troops, the war machine, oil. And again, amphibious ready group, folks, is it's called an ARG. It's where you move a very large ship called an LHA. On that LHA, you have a lot of Humvees, you've got Harriers on top of there, you've got CEBs on another ship. Remember, it's not just one ship. You've got like 3 ships to an ARG. And they all work in unison to, let's call it MU, a Marine Expeditionary Unit. There's a lot of oil just to move a MU. When you start to deal in what a war is, you start to get the idea how many ARGs are out there, how many Humvees are out there, how many tanks are out there, and it's not done by clean energy. It's done by oil. It's done by the Halliburtons, the Republican agenda, that type of business that the Republicans are in. So if you can move a lot of people out there, you make a lot of money for that Republican Party. And that's the issues I have and a lot of Americans have with what Bush did at that time. See, the enemy's fighting a guerrilla war. We're fighting a business war. So in reducing that, wise. Should have done that a long time ago. Again, I've had this conversation 2010, 2011, 2012 with my father. And I've had this conversation over 10 years because the enlisted man doesn't get paid anything. The enlisted man ends up getting screwed, and then the excuse is, oh, well, there's just too many of you. Oh, it's not our fault. We need millions and millions and millions. Absolutely not. You just had a small country, Afghanistan. You just had Vietnam win war on not a lot of people, dude. It's because they're fighting a guerrilla war, and we're fighting a business war, a war that benefits the Republican Party. So any lawmaker that opposes what the president is doing, you're in business with them, you're in union with them, and you create a large target of why we have all these enlisted men maimed without legs. Again, refer to James Gandolfini's documentary on what really happened to the military people. That was being kept from the news media and not being reported accurately. They started to report accurately when James Gandolfini did that documentary. And folks, you need to watch it. It brings to light the truth. And what war, what the big war really is about. Because the focus is then, and just logically, you start to say, okay, man, it's like the general has to say, well, I'm moving all these people. You start to get concerned with, how do I get that MRE to that Marine? How do I do this? Where's the motor T? Where's this? Where's that? Rather than all they're concerned with, the enemy, is the guerrilla war to win. And you end up concerning yourself with too many people when you should only have to concern yourself with a small amount of people. Again, it's like somebody listens to my conversations over these years. As censored as I've been, I had a conversation in 2012 on farm aid and the farm and what happened in the 80s with my father again. It's like somebody's listening, and eventually they say that's what we should have done in the beginning. Absolutely. Or somebody listened to me 2001, 2002, 2003. But my conversations didn't get to the right people then. But yeah, you wanna fight a guerrilla war, you have a smaller unit. Again, I won't get into Russia and Ukraine right now. I don't have a lot of time on this one either. But I mean, what those protesters are doing is a bona fide freedom fight, man. They're fighting for real freedom. You have a totalitarian government, Russia, who's oppressing 2 girls that represent a whole population of Ukrainians and Russians that just want one word. Freedom, 7 letters, one word. That's being lost here in America also.